My name is James. For 2.5 years of my life, I was a chipper. Basically, when these engine blocks are made, there's a certain amount of sand and iron swarf attached to the sides and on the insides of the engine blocks, and you have to take these vibratory tools, air hammers, air grinder. When you wake up in the morning, sometimes your hands, you go to open them up, and they won't open, and they'll hurt, and they'll hurt, and they'll hurt. For a long time, I just ignored it, and then it got to the point to where I couldn't take the pain anymore, so I went to see the company doctor. He told me that if I just get off tools for a few days, take some ibuprofen, I'd be fine. But that was a little misleading, and so they clearly said there was nothing wrong with him, and I knew there was something wrong with him, So and I needed somebody to help me out, some type of effective representation, a doctor that maybe wasn't so biased, because I was in fear of my job, I was in fear of family, my responsibilities. It was all at hand. If I woke up and said, hey, I ain't going to work, guess what? I lose my job, So, the most important thing at that point was, how can I get these hands back to normal so I can perform my duties at work? So I took the advice of the person who told me about Todd Strong, and I went to see Mr. Strong. I sat down with him, and he was like totally, it was personal relationship from the second I sat down with him. He was interested in, in getting me taken care of and getting my hands taken care of. You'd actually think that Todd Strong had a case of carpal tunnel at one time, or was a chipper at one time, because he took it personal, like it was, like it happened to him. After I went to see Todd, he directed me to a good doctor, worked with me hand in hand. They performed some nerve studies and stuff like that on my hands and my upper extremities, basically, and I knew at that point for a fact that there was indeed something wrong with me, that the company doctor was misleading me the whole time, and I'd still be at work, beating my hands to death. Found out the type of work I was doing, and at the end, after the surgeries, after my hands were better, he says, Danny, I know you ain't gonna go back to that, I know you ain't gonna go back to that, because, that's personal. That's real life. That's somebody caring about another person's well-being. And you just don't see that in today's society. You don't see that with, in the professional world with lawyers and clients. I would recommend anybody to Todd Strong. He pretty much saved my life, my livelihood, and if you have this problem, if your hands are bothering you, any work-related injury, I will most definitely go see Todd Strong. If he did it for me and he didn't know me, he did it for me and my family, he'd do it for you.